Hello and welcome to another amazing time with your one and only Mrs. Anderson. For those who are joining for the very first time, Mrs. Anderson is a personality, image, and brand development expert, trainer, coach, consultant, a life transformer, and you can call me your life coach. Today, I'm going to be shedding light on a particular question centered around public speaking. What's the question? How do you connect with your audience, especially for first timers, newbies in the field of public speaking? Today, I'm going to be sharing with you 9 ways to connect with your audience during your presentations. The first tip here is to be passionate about your topic. Be enthusiastic about your topic. You've got to have that passion that flows from within. When you are excited about your topic, your audience would have no choice but to connect with you. They would love you. You know that feeling when you talk about football, especially for those who are football fanatics. When you're talking about the new signee, the figures and all of those things, the new scores, the latest hat trick and all of that. That feeling that exudes, that comes forth when a football fanatic talks about the football game, that's passion. And that's exactly what your audience would love to see. So, with passion and enthusiasm, you are able to connect with your audience. You know that feeling when you are happy about a topic? Your body language will express it, your excitedness will show forth, and you will connect with ease. Tip number 2 is to prepare. Prepare as much as you can. You know that feeling when you're speaking about a topic you're good at? That's the idea. Even your audience will be able to perceive the confidence that comes forth when you speak from a place of knowing, a place of deep knowledge. Prepare. When you prepare so much about your topic, you're able to present and speak confidently without any fear of, oh, do they like what I'm doing? Am I connecting with them? They would just, you know what? Your audience would love to see the confidence come out of your speech. I always say to my students at the School of Public Speaking that as a speaker, you're the one with the control switch in the hall. You know what we call the remote control? That's what I'm talking about. You decide the mood in the hall, the temperature emotionally. So if you present your speech from a place of fear, uncertainty, you will certainly have your audience guessing your intelligence. Like, what's happening? Why is he talking that way? Why is she like that? They can actually perceive if you indeed have a good knowledge of your subject matter. Point number 3 is to use storytelling. Oh my goodness, I can never overemphasize this. When I talk about storytelling, I'm talking about relatable stories. Stories that would make your audience lean forward to say, that sounds like me. I once had such experience or encounter. Oh, wow. So how does she deal with it? I'm talking about personal experiences as well. So whilst you are having your presentation, you could also talk about, some time ago I was in this particular position and here is what I did, or this is what I did to overcome the challenge. So they'll get to say, oh, wow, this is a very relatable experience. Please don't talk about big stories. Make your stories relatable, that your audience will be able to draw knowledge, practical knowledge from. Point number 5 is to embrace the extemporaneous style of public speaking. What is the extemporaneous style of public speaking? It's the process in which the speaker would have to put the thoughts, his or her thoughts, into bullet points. Like what I'm doing right now, I have my thoughts in bullet points and I'm teaching one after the other. Now, with the aid of the extemporaneous style of public speaking, you're able to focus on your audience, shed light on the information, expatiate on the information. So I just mentioned now, use the extemporaneous style of public speaking. And then that's my bullet point. Now I am explaining. So through the extemporaneous style, you are able to focus on your audience, connect with them, smile with them, get to know how they feel about the topic, as well as educate your audience. Put your thoughts into bullet points. Don't forget. Number 5 tip is to utilize the extemporaneous style of public speaking. You could call it the style or the mode of public speaking. Most of the time, I see public speakers, especially newbies, utilize the manuscript style of public speaking. And what is the manuscript style of public speaking? Is whereby the speaker reads through a book word for word, verbatim, and spending less time connecting with the audience. Your audience want to be able to connect with you, your emotion, your feelings, your passion, your voice. They want to be able to perceive you deeper than your voice. They want to be able to read through your eyes. So if you're unable to focus on your audience, you'll find out that they will be just lost in the system, in the process. So what are you expected to use? Use the extemporaneous style of public speaking. You'll find this in my book. You too can be a public speaker. For those who want to grab a copy, I'm going to drop the link below so that you can definitely land yourself one of these. It's a lifesaver, especially if you want to craft yourself as a phenomenal public speaker, then this is the go-to. Now in chapter 2, I explained deeply how to utilize the extemporaneous style of public speaking. And what is the style? It's the process in which the speaker puts his or her thoughts into bullet points. So like what I'm doing right now, the extemporaneous style of public speaking enables the speaker highlight the point and expatiate on it, expand on it, explain further. By so doing, you are speaking on the go, connecting with your audience. That way you can tell if they are following or not. I always encourage public speakers to master the extemporaneous style of public speaking. The next tip I have to share with you is to use the open body language. You cannot get enough of this. Use the open body language. When you utilize the open body language, you're telling your audience, I have enough space for you. Come on in. You're welcome. I can give you a hug, a big bear hug. And what's the closed body language? It's when you do this, you speak like this, you have your hands like this, you are locking yourself out of your audience. And they would perceive that, I don't think he wants to be open, I don't think he wants to connect with the people. So whilst you're speaking, utilize your hands, open yourself up, use more space. A closed body language would make the speaker stay at one point on the stage. And that could be perceived as low self-esteem or glossophobia, which is, of course, stage fright. So what are you supposed to do? Use the stage, use more space on the stage, and use more open body language. Whilst you're explaining, you're drawing conclusions, you're making, you're talking about your content and your topic, use your hands to demonstrate and show the people that I am comfortable in my space. The next tip I have for you is to have fun. Let me tell you something. If as a public speaker, you are very into yourself, you are so stoic and unexpressive, your audience will also be unexpressive. Remember I said earlier, you control the mood in the room. You control the emotional temperature of the room. If you are a fun speaker, you will have fun audience members. I would always say that the moment I walk into any hall as a speaker, I light up the room. Do you understand me? I always have my audience members laughing out loud. So we do 3 things every time I stand on the stage. We have fun, we learn, and we get more information. Do you get that? And we are transformed as well. That's the idea. You've got to be into the space, have fun. It's not that serious. I know the reason people dread public speaking is the fear of, oh my God, I have eyes watching. What would they be thinking? How would they see me? Come on, let all of those out and be free. You are there to have fun. You're there to enjoy yourself. You're there to teach. You're there to help. I always say that public speaking is a helping ministry. Have you ever seen a person giving alms to a beggar and then you are scared, you're anxious, you're tense? No. Now, these are not beggars, but they're there to also receive from you. So you should open yourself up, be excited about it, and have fun. If a speaker is having fun whilst teaching, your audience will connect and have fun whilst listening and learning. My next tip for you is to be human, be vulnerable. Let me tell you something. People want to connect with those who are human and not superhuman. If you are a public speaker and you want to come across as one who connects with his or her audience and you want them to connect with you in return, let them know that you are human and you are prone to making mistakes. You're not a perfect individual. Because if you are perfect, then you are, in another sense, a robot. And they can't connect with you. So be okay to make mistakes. And let them know. I'm going to talk about how to work through an awkward situation in my next video, where you get to overcome your mistakes and you have a smooth ride at public speaking. Be vulnerable. Let yourself experience and explore. Go through the process. Don't be too careful of the errors, of the mistakes, of the, oh, I don't want to make mistakes. I want to be very perfect. Let me tell you something. The more perfect you are, the more mistakes you are likely to make. And the more distant your audience members will be, emotionally and physically. Be vulnerable and be human. My next tip is to use your audience jargons. I know, right? So what do I mean by this? Your audience would like to connect with you when you share the same vibrations with them, the same language with them, the same style of communication with them. I remember some years ago when I went to speak at a teens conference, I realized that I couldn't go with my all-star professional personality because, of course, I wouldn't be able to connect with them and they were not in order be able to connect with me. So I dressed up in a teen style. You know that feeling? Wore jeans and all of that. And I got in there. I began to study days to the event, the language, the styles of communication of the teens at the time, so that I could connect with them and they could connect with me. So one of the jargons I learned was when they say, "Gay, gay." So I realized that the moment they see themselves, they could just say, "Gay, gay," and they give a high five and all of those things. So I began to learn them. Remember, we're talking about connecting with your audience. And it's a two-way train. I connect with them and they connect with me, and then we have a smooth ride. So I got to the stage. The moment I was introduced on the podium, I just went, "Gay, gay," and they're like, "Yeah!" And they got all excited. That's the idea. And I had a smooth ride. They were able to receive me through the process, and they connected with me. My final tip today is to smile. Smile. It's not that serious now. It's not that serious. So whilst you're having your session, you could also tell from this video, I've been smiling and have been enjoying myself. So when you smile, it shows that you are comfortable. It shows that you are confident. And it shows you're ready to connect with your audience. When you smile, to your audience, they smile back. That's the idea. And they connect with you. So whilst you prepare for your next speaking engagement, I want you to learn these tricks and to find your way enjoying the process all through. Congratulations and see you in my next video.